I just discovered that I had a health issue that was going to be pretty serious that I knew nothing about. I didn't have any family that I really could rely on their experience because it was different. And so I started digging and looking, and I did the one thing you're never supposed to do when you're trying to figure out a health problem, and that is Google search, because then pretty soon you have cancer and you're dying and you are distraught. But I was able to call my mom and logic my way through next steps. And then I started mapping out all the things that I wish I had known as I discovered more and as I set up doctor's appointments and waited to find out what was next. I have an official diagnosis as of today, and I do have a pelvic organ prolapse that's pretty significant. It is not life-threatening. It is not a cancer diagnosis, and it does not require any immediate emergency intervention, but it has disrupted my quality of life. It is definitely impacting everything that I do on a day-to-day basis, from how I exercise to how I interact with some of the mainstream activities that I do, how long I can be up walking, how long I can do certain activities, and definitely how much weight I can lift as I am lifting. So it's been kind of a big deal to try and sort through that. It has been frustrating. There have been a lot of tears, a lot of feeling that things are unfair, or that I am anxious and angry sometimes, and feelings of injustice, because what I'm dealing with, pelvic organ prolapse, in large scale, much of it is preventable through education and how we approach healing after childbirth and how we approach strengthening of the core and the pelvic floor muscles. Even if someone had even just planted a seed 15 years ago as I was getting ready to have my first baby, that I potentially was at risk, that I might consider learning more about it or learning more about how to strengthen my pelvic floor muscles, that would have been something that I could take ownership of where I am right now. But what I found is that I'm angry because nobody said anything. Nobody said there are risk factors like your age, genetics, how you take care of your body, what kind of exercising you do, what kind of job you have, risk factors that are in vaginal childbirth, being obese. But nobody said anything to me, and I felt angry about that. And now I just feel ready to share my story, so that if it just touches one life and prevents one person from going through what I've been through, then I will have been able to turn what I've experienced into an opportunity to help educate other women about these opportunities to take ownership of their own health, to have vulnerable conversations, to advocate for their own health. All of these things are so important because we see again and again and again that women's health issues are overlooked, are not addressed completely and fully, and we find ourselves asking, why am I just hearing about this? Or I wish somebody had said something, or if I had just known. All of these kinds of questions are part of my experience. And if I could save one woman from having to go through some of the questions and some of the hurt and some of the confusion that I've gone through, it will all have been worth it. So I will continue to share what this journey looks like, to share what those vulnerable conversations sitting in the doctor's office have been like, to really just help shine a light on some of these issues, because I feel like I've had some really weird health issues and really interesting and not rare, but less talked about health issues that I feel like maybe could open the door for us to start having some of these conversations as women, to start talking through the things that are frustrating as we try and seek help, and recognizing that we don't know what we don't know. And if somebody doesn't say something, or if somebody doesn't share their experience, how are we possibly going to increase our knowledge and our ability to advocate for ourselves better? And I'm not saying that every woman everywhere is going to go through the exact same experience as I am. Probably most people will not. But there are some people out there, and there's enough women out there that are going through experiences similar to mine, that having someone share, hey, this is what my experience was like, and I had to navigate this weird thing, that maybe it will shed some inspiration as to how you can navigate your own health experiences and how you can advocate for yourself and for your daughters and your sisters and whoever it might be in your life that are facing challenging health issues. So that's my hope in sharing this experience as I face treatment and recovery for this health problem, but also to be able to share with you all the health problems and the health challenges that I have faced leading up to this experience, and how each one has led me to become more and more confident in my ability to advocate for myself and to ask better questions as I am dealing with my own health, but also as I try and help my teen daughter navigate her health as well. So until next time, that's where we're at.